is Veterans Day. And I also want to get us going tonight because we do have a packed agenda. We do have some updates regarding our current facility updates. We have some additional things that we need to discuss. I'm going to turn the floor over to Mr. Deans to get us going.
Thank you, Mr. Tong. I really appreciate it. And good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here with us tonight. As Mr. Tong said, we have a pretty full agenda with a lot of different items spanning across different areas and operations. So without further ado, we will get started. Would like to start with some good news is that we have received a donation of tables and chairs. We want to give a special shout out to Ms. Brittany Pope for connecting us with the company Boeing. And Boeing is going to be donating, as you can see, 37 stackable chairs that we will have here in our district moving forward. They are in relatively good condition. Boeing is upgrading some of their furniture, so we are fortunate to be well recipients of this upgrade. The operations team is going to work to determine the best means of deployment for these, but there will be a formal recommendation coming to receive and accept this donation. I'd like to talk to everyone real quick about staff computer hardware. So our staff computer hardware is the hardware that all of our, essentially all of our professional employees and non-student individuals are using here in our district. Currently, we have approximately 636 devices out in the system. Of those 636 devices, there are 343 of the devices that are at their end of life. Our three oldest devices that we have in the system right now that individuals are using are as old as the year 2012. Majority of our devices, approximately 200 of our devices are from 2020, but we do have some devices that are in our system that are as old as 2012. In the coming year, at the end of the 2026 calendar year, we will have to, as a system, update all of our Windows operating systems to Windows 11. We have to do that by the end of 2026. And some of our older devices, simply because of the technology, will not be able to support that upgrade. So with this in mind, we are going to begin the process of upgrading our oldest devices within our system. So the goal by the time we get to the end of this process will be to have every device that is older than 4 years old replaced. I would like to acknowledge that this process that we will be undertaking is budget neutral, meaning that we do have resources in our existing and adopted budget to partake in this venture.
Thank you, Ms. Deans. Are there any questions?
Mr. Tong?
Ms. Hoff?
So what is the budget? I know we have it, but what is the budget?
Meaning, what is the budget number for this?
Correct. For this project.
So I will be able to bring back, we actually are exploring multiple different pathways. We actually, we're going to do a hybrid approach as opposed to everyone receiving a laptop. We are going to have some individuals that in their function and roles is more stationary. They will receive a mini desktop that will allow us to cut the price down some. So what I will do, Ms. Hoff, is I will bring back more formal numbers before we start the process so that everybody knows what we will be expensing.
Right. And would this be like an ongoing, like once we get triage over, would it be like, this year we're going to do this many and just like an ongoing program?
Yeah, so what you should, and I appreciate you saying that, Ms. Hoff. So what we will be doing moving forward is that we will have, and once we express and provide budgets in each year, we will show what our refresh and refurbish process, if you will, that we will be doing each year related to not just our devices for our staff, but also devices for our students as well.
Thank you. Miss Ivory has her hand.
If you,
Miss Ivory?
Hi, Dr. B. Coates, I can wait.
oh, I was just want to remind everyone, about 3 years ago when the technology department did an audit, there was or is a 10-year budgeting plan for improvements of technology, which includes what we would have to do for staffing, the infrastructure and things of that nature. So that is the plan that we should be and are following. So I just wanted to remind everyone of that. That was something that the DCIU did help develop with us when we did the audit of technology.
Thank you, Dr. B. Coates.
And then Miss Ivory, you had a question?
Yes, I did. So with that audit, have we, not a study, but have we looked at the best form of technology we should use to update during this process with the current programs and the current trends that we're using within technology? Are we switching? Are we keeping the same? Or are we kind of doing some kind of assessment throughout the district to see which one might work best with updating?
We will be doing that in conjunction with the DCIU because they were very instrumental in helping us develop the 10-year plan. So that will be a part of the process. However, I believe with technology now, there definitely will always be a, for lack of better terms, a refurbishment. This was also similar to conversations we had with us utilizing Chromebooks. They don't last forever, so it's almost like it's considered a consumable, where after so many years, you're going to have to replace it. Did that
Okay.
answer your question, Ms. Ivory?
Partly. So I guess my question is, I guess we'll find out later as you work with the IU. Are we updating to Apples? Are we replacing it with current Chromebooks? Thinking forward,
Right,
like
so-
what is that thought?
Right. So staff does not typically have Chromebooks. They actually have a laptop. So typically we are a Dell district, although some of us utilize Apple. But the majority of teachers have Dell computers. But again, we will go back and assess what's the best approach going forward and share that information with the board along with the budget.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions? Seeing none? Let's proceed, Mr. Deans.
Thank you. So the next topic that I would like to talk about is our district-wide telephone system. So I would like to highlight for everyone that our current system has doubled its lifespan. So we are currently using what's called a PBX system, and that PBX system is not a system that is currently in use widespan across the industry any longer. The replacement parts for anything that may go down with this system have to be sourced through third-party and fourth-party sources because they are no longer readily available. The technology to actually repair the infrastructure or the back end usage of the PBX system, we do not have that resource in-house in our current IT team. We do have a contractor that has some familiarity with it, but it is becoming extremely harder to find third-party contractors that can even that can even repair this current PBX system. We are in the process of exploring alternate systems and finalizing pricing. We have worked in the past with other entities to get estimates as it relates to the replacement of our current phone system. So depending on pricing, we will try to explore this as quickly as possible. Some initial budgeting that we received and previous estimates that we received would have this project be around $300,000 to replace our current PBX system with a voice over IP system moving forward.
Ms. Hoff, you have a question?
Thanks, Mr. Deans. I wanted to know if it was voice over IP, and will our current infrastructure support adding a phone system to it?
Yes, from all of the original estimates that we received, that our current infrastructure will be able to support it with very few and minimum upgrades system-wide, infrastructure-wise, that we would need to do.
Any other questions? I have a question, Mr. Deans. Will this system be placed only at the Green Avenue location, or will this be in every building?
That's a great question. So it will be in every building. However, we will have to make a decision whether it lives on servers that are stationed at the administrative building, or we partner with the DCIU with some of our servers that are cloud-based as well. So we will have to make a decision about where we house the system from a cloud perspective, but it will be in every district ran entity that has a phone. So let me just be clear about that, because we still do have other entities like our contractor trailer that are responsible. We're responsible for the phone system as well.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Deans. Any other questions? Not seeing any. Let's proceed.
Okay. I wanted to provide an update to everyone on the Evans Playground. As a reminder, when we spoke about this during our last meeting, is that when we were out of an abundance of caution after an inspection, we decided to shut down the Evans Playground. We believe that it is in the best interest of the safety of the students, and moving forward is to permanently remove the playground equipment from Evans. The approximate cost is going to be about $3,500, and we do have money budgeted in our current grounds repairs budget to absorb this cost. And this project will take a few weeks to complete, and our goal is to have all of the equipment removed before we leave for winter break. Having said that, the area, while it will not have direct playground equipment, it will still be a functional space that can be used for outside activities. And we do recognize that we would have to have a plan to reimagine what that space would be and how it would be used moving forward. And that's something that we will start working to develop with the school community, as well as using our Yaden community as well to reimagine what that space will look like. Dr. Bicos, you had your hand raised.
Yes, I just want to let board members know that we have and are looking at grant opportunities to update that location. I have sent to the Facilities and Operations Department information on grants that are available and partnerships with different companies. So I just want to put that out there, because the expectation is that we will have a space for students to utilize.
Thank you, Dr. Bicos.
Just have a question. When we say space, will it potentially include maybe playground equipment? When you say reimagine.
Yeah, I would say yes. I think what we want to do is have a conversation with the community as well as with the school. And there may be some opportunities of things that we haven't thought about that a company may want to place at that actual location. So I don't think anything is off the table, Ms. Cook-Henry.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions and comments? I also want to add that, the Evans Playground, I want to be cautious about, spending money twice in terms of placing it in there and then potentially, installing a gym in a similar location or close. I just want to make sure we're considering that because, Evans is lacking a suitable gym. And I know that, you know, funds may not be able to get there sooner than later, but I don't want to have us not give them a location for facilities, but at the same time, also not block some expansion that we may undertake in the future.
Thank you, Mr. Tong.
All right. No questions, comments. We can move forward.
I wanted to give everyone an update on our RCAP grant. I am happy to report that we are very, very much in the final stages of receiving our initial reimbursement from the athletic complex, which is going to be in the amount of approximately $7.977 million. Having said that, in the midst of this process, I wanted to inform the board that the state has provided us with an opportunity to access the additional $1 million that was previously approved for the Penwood High School project and then reallocated to the ninth grade academy project to access that money even sooner than expected. So this opportunity will allow us to use the existing application that was used for the athletic complex, which also encompassed Evans and East Lansdowne project to access these funds. I want to highlight that there will not be a financial implication on the Cypress project as these are reimbursements that we would receive that are coming back into the district, which would reduce our borrowing need for future capital expenditures.
Thank you for that update. Any questions or comments regarding the RCAP update? I think that's wonderful, Mr. Deans. Seeing no comments, let us move forward.
Thank you, Mr. Tom. So in our upcoming business meeting, we're going to have several motions for consideration that I just want to make everyone mindful of. So 3 RFPs that we will look to start the process in December, one being our facilities and maintenance contract, the other being the process of the Penwood Middle School roof, and the last being the Bell Avenue elevator installation. So those are 3 RFPs that we will be looking to start and begin in December. We need to formalize the adoption of the Cypress project's bids. And then lastly, it will be to approve the receipt of the $1 million or approve the transfer to the Evans and East Lansdowne project to offset the cost of that project.
Are there any questions from board members?
I just want to say yay. That's all. Yay. Good stuff. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hoff. Any other thoughts from other board members? I just want to be clear that we are beginning process on the RFP process for these 3 projects. They will be going out, and hopefully we'll have some wonderful companies helping us update some of our facilities moving forward. All right. And we're on additional discussions. Any thoughts for the good of the group from board members?
I would just like to comment with the many challenges that we've experienced in the past several months. It's really exciting and rewarding that the property plans are tracking along, and thank you for your due diligence, Dan, and the property committee.
I thank you for those kind words, but the work is really, the team in front of you, Dr. B. Coates, Darnell, and their team working on all of this and keeping me updated.
Thank you.
But I appreciate the words, and these are all things that we all as a group are grateful for and working towards for all of our students. Any other thoughts or comments? Seeing none, I want to thank everyone for their time tonight, and we'll see you at the business meeting and our next next property meeting in the upcoming weeks. Thank you and have a great evening.
Peace, friends.
Good
Take
night.
care. Good
Thank
night.
you.
Take
Good
care, everyone.
night.